Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness gracious. Craziness in the market. Absolute craziness. Yesterday during the rate when the rate first came out, had about a 25-point range in 5 minutes. That was pretty benign. I mean, it was volatility. But then, Jerome Powell got up there speaking. And now this morning we've got more economic news coming out. And, I mean, made a lower low on ES overnight. Lower than we were the last couple of days. And, oh my goodness, I'm trying to get all the charts up here. It's just crazy stuff. Like, just, I don't know. I mean, everybody expected the rate to get raised, and it just was a dumb move, if you ask me. Already got more banks blowing up this morning. If you didn't know, the deal with First Horizon, I think it was, blew up. TD was supposed to buy out their assets or something like that, and big down. We can look at that in just a few minutes. So, and then there's another one too, like Pacific West, also big down. Both those on the list this morning. Hey, you exacerbate the problem. Raising rates started the problem. So, everything's fine, right? Everything's fine. We can keep raising rates because the economy's hot. It's not causing any problems. But then 2 more banks blow up this morning right after the rate raise. I don't understand how you can be so arrogant. So, just amazing. Anyway, morning Valerie, morning David, morning Andreas. I'm sure Kimberly's here too, maybe. Morning everybody. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. I mean, look at the banks. Ouch. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. I may not get anything else right, but I tend to be on top of it here. So this presentation here, intended to be informational, educational, and fun, is not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. If you desire that personal financial advice, you got to hire and consult a financial advisor that has a fiduciary duty to take care of you and give you advice with your financial situation in mind. So those people are out there. Me, I'm just an entertainer, a financial entertainer, infotainer, right? So let me pull these charts over. I say so a lot lately. So. Here we have the 3-day S&P 500 chart, and for some reason it wanted to jump around. I mean, 369, 3-day candles. We're just stuck in the range we've been in for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 33 days, a month, we've just been consolidating right in this area, trying to break out through the prior high, which coming off this low from March 13th, right here, we probably needed a little bit of retrace before we could go higher on the path up to 4,500. Now, I keep saying 4,300. That's the high from back in August, and I expect there to be resistance and a reaction at 4,300 right there, where all those like fib lines all come together right there. I expect there to be some kind of reaction before we can bust on through. Hey, there's Kimberly. Hey, Harry. Morning. Hey, Terry's even here. Made the rare appearance in the chat. Good morning, everybody. Terry is my sister-in-law. So, for anybody wondering, do share a last name. Alrighty. So that is S&P 500's 3-day chart. This is the futures overnight. After the restart, we got an even bigger gap down. Very rare, but it immediately found a base and started rallying. We do have the 4-hour. We'll look at it here in a second, but the 4-hour roadmap line and the daily roadmap line for the S&P 500 are still below us. This can hold in this zone right here around the This 618, 786 zone right here, where it bottomed just a few minutes ago. This was 5-minute chart, so about an hour ago. Popping up. If we break out over this high, probably going right back up from where we dropped. If we start breaking down below this low here that we just made just a little short bit ago, right around that 40.84 area, probably going on down for an extension. Alrighty. Yeah, morning, Jason, Pat, Sledge, David, Beth, even my daughter is here. Got me all tongue-tied, Karen. Even my daughter is here this morning. Morning, everybody. All right. So that's kind of the chart. I know, boring for some. But let's jump in and look at what's actually moving. Look at all these alerts. Whew. Let's refresh. Go, web, go. There we go. So we have the S&P 500 just kind of hanging in the box here. Now the daily roadmap line, as I was talking about, down here around 40.20, 40.15. Could go revisit that very easily. Very, very easily. The 4 hour, I was just mentioning, right up here around 40.50-ish, 40.45, 40.47. We could visit that one very easily too. So I usually draw these extensions off the daily, not off the 4 hour. Either one of those, highly likely that we get a spike down there and test it today, since we're pushing the lows. S5FI didn't really have big damage done to it yesterday. Still sitting right in the middle. ES came down, bounced off the box so far. Like that overnight action, right in that box we rejected back there on the 26th of April, like a week ago. We rejected and went on a tear. We came down here, touched that again. Is that going to lead to a tear? Or are we going to break down and push on down into the roadmap line here? Down here around 40.37 for ES. Now, if you're unfamiliar with ES, ES is the S&P 500's futures. I watch these because they give you a complete picture of the price action that happens overnight. If you're wondering how the devil you even trade that in the regular market, well, you got SPX, you got SPY, you got XSP, you got SPXL, SPXS. I mean, all the things are derived off of this. They're all interrelated. So you want the pricing, just knock off a decimal, 409. It's about the price of SPY, roughly, maybe a little bit less. So you can see SPX kind of closed at 490, so we're going to open right in the same vicinity here where we closed, maybe just a tad lower on SPX. NASDAQ hadn't even made it back to the bottom box. Over here, this is the difference in these two charts. S&P 500 is retesting the lows that we saw back here. NASDAQ is actually significantly higher. And if we run this fib right on up here, we're doing a measured bounce potential setup right here for NASDAQ to launch on off and go test those highs around 13,800. And NASDAQ, you may be like, JT, what's NQ? NQ is the NASDAQ futures. That'd be like QQQ, NDX, all those derivative SQQQ, TQQQ, all those things. So, all right, good luck with your interview, Karen. Good luck. So NASDAQ's still looking rather bullish. That's big tech for you. That's been kind of leading this year, especially with the AI revolution going. And banking showing some trouble, pushing lower. That's your small caps. And with this move down below the range, it is quite possible that we extend down to the 1670 area on Russell. So be careful on that one. Dollar index making, got slammed yesterday. People that say that when the dollar drops, the stock market rallies. Well, the dollar and the stock market were dropping out yesterday. And this one is probably going down to the 90s. I've got a target around 97. We're probably going to reach down there and get it at some point. This was just a little stopping point. Found a lot of resistance here, or support, I guess you would call it, since supporting the price from the bottom. It's found a lot of support here. Resistance going lower, and When it breaks, we're probably going to rush on down there. And it can go pretty quick. Golly, excuse me. That monster talking back to me this morning. So you can see right over here, we had some nice big candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. It took us to drop about that far just not too long ago. Look at that. So 6 days we could get down in that vicinity. Not out of the realm of possibility. And we made some bigger, even bigger drops up here. So these are all possible that we could see that drop right down, and it could go quick. It could be there in a week. It could be there faster even. So just keep that in mind. SEDG getting a nice pop right back up to the roadmap line. Break above this downward drifting consolidation, we could get a pop, but it's in a giant sideways consolidation, and that's why I've got a big orange box with a big sideways arrow drawn. SEDG, Solar Edge, just I expect it to go sideways for now. Race, Ferrari, been hitting highs, popping up to retest the highs again. We could get an extension up into the 300 area, possibly 310, and then that ups the probability that we get a deeper retrace once again. So kind of extending this move probably up to that 310 area, and then at some point we're going to roll back over and come back to the roadmap line. So this one is look for profits, not look for opportunity. MSTR getting a nice little pop, showing up on the list on Bitcoin strength this morning. BTC 1 exclamation point, showing a little strength in the face of adversity of the dollar. Coming off the high just a little bit, but had a nice rally overnight. Of course, we need to break out over 30,000 to get the extension up to that 32,000, possibly 36,000, or if the head and shoulders plays out up here around 43,000, we'll see what happens here. Really just expecting this move up into this 31, 32,000 for now. Echo of this prior move. Then we may get a bigger retrace and then a bigger up off of that. All right. Shop. Nice pop. Look at that. Glad I was long shop. Holy moly. The target right up here around 61. Looks pretty good. We could stop at 58, 59. Be careful. At 62 is kind of in the middle of the range, and with the extensions we could see 64 to 66 on the upper end. Probably get a retrace off of that, and be careful for some sort of pullback. So QRVC, nice pop there. Got to break out over 104 to start showing that we're probably going higher, and at least retest this high, if not break out. The extension would look something like this, around 121, possibly up to 130. LNTH, nice pop there. Probably going to find some resistance at 98. If it can get through 98, 111, 112 above that. ARNC, nice big pop above the resistance right here. That's positive. Watch for a retrace, but if it can get any kind of positive momentum, we got some highs over here too. Probably go up and retest that 31-ish dollar area right there. That'd be a beautiful extension. Let's see if we run the fib line. Yeah, somewhere in that zone right there might be where she stops. Could stop at 29.50. Could make it to 31.50, and we have this prior high right here in the middle at about 30.75-ish, 31. So, yeah, we're looking for stuff moving. So if XOM and ABBV isn't moving, I don't really want to look at that. We're looking for stuff moving. I mean, look at this, 27% right here. So that's the whole point for the day. ETSY, announcing earnings. Beating on the top, beating on the bottom, but not responding like Shop. Shop is saying that people are spending money. We're making money, spending money. Didn't pick up the numbers. Solar Edge right there. Beating on the top, beating on the bottom, getting the pop, but still sideways. And moving on through QCOM. Ouch. That might be an indication what we're going to see from Apple. That was kind of a consolidation wedge. The breakdown, I was hoping for the break up. Looks like the breakdown. This could take us down to 60 on QCOM. If that plays out. That's just taking the size of the wedge and projecting it down off the break. Ouch. That is a head and shoulders though, and you can see it right there. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Playing the head to the neck. This thing could find support around 86. Two different ways to do the same thing there. Two different patterns, but two different ways to project lower. If you don't see the head and shoulders, right there. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Sloppy. All right. PTON. That's a head and shoulders too right there. Could drop out. Zero's not far away. Ouch. Yeah, they got a potential little thing cooking there. That one can go to zero. That can go out of business. Doesn't have to recover. Doesn't have to break out. It was looking kind of positive. Now it's looking pretty bad. Down to 7. Royal Caribbean. Their numbers were supposed to be out, but didn't pick it up on here. Looks like they're popping. A breakout over 70. Well, that's the first indication right there. That move up to 73. Indication we're going to see 80. Possibly up to these prior highs up here around 85. So Royal Caribbean looking pretty positive, actually. That was a roadmap line setup. I do believe it was on the list this week. MDB. And just kind of stuck here. Got to break out over the... Even though we're getting a little pop percentage-wise, it's got to break out. EVA. Ooh, man, look at that. Going in the toilet. First Horizon. Look at that one. Ouch. Pac West, also down to $3. Ouch. I'd stay away from these. That KWB. Come on, K. K. I need a K. Can I buy a K? That's not the right. I didn't type the right thing. There we go. Look at this one. Going in the toilet. Oops. Man, I love this. Come on now. Everything going crazy on me. FAS consolidating down the bottom. Market's just opening. I need my alerts back. Looks like shop hitting alerts. I don't know if you could just hear that. So anyway, what's the stock ticker for Royal Caribbean? RCL, right there. Royal Caribbean. It was right on the RCL, giant RCL, right there in the. All right, let's check out XOM. Not really moving, just stuck on the roadmap line. ABBV. Looks like she's going down to the lower target. MU. Go. Go. MU go. Not moving. I mean, 1%. Come on. Looking for stuff moving. All right. W. Showing a little pop after the initial excitement about being able to prescribe drugs. Right back to the lows. May push lower. Be careful. D-Dog. Showing a nice pop. Still got the downtrend going and the roadmap line above us. And this resistance of all these highs right up here. So not really reversing fortune yet, even though nice earnings, beating on the top, beating on the bottom. Not crushing it with like billion-dollar beats like some of our other big names, but it's still showing pretty good. Snow, also probably in sympathy of, you know, moving up with D-Dog. And then Shake Shack, nice pop, but still got this resistance built up through here along those highs. So having trouble breaking up through all that. Keeps finding that resistance. Resistance. Got to get above that to make higher upside. Gush. I'll pull it up and look. G-U-S-H. Come on. Put a sell word on. What the heck, keyboard? There it goes. Weird. And it won't accept when I hit enter either. Weird. And Gush not moving either. Not really. Oil. Come on. I'm gonna throw this keyboard out the window here. I don't know what's going on this morning. CL1. Now it's working all of a sudden. Weird. CL trying to find that support right there. We are in a... Oh man, look at that. Made a lower low. Probably gonna extend. Yeah. It's trying to find support, but dipping lower overnight could extend lower. That was a lower low. Could go on down to that $59 area. So I would not be counting on a reversal until this shapes up. Like, don't just be buying the knife. Goose can attest it. Don't just buy knife drops. You know, don't try to catch the knife. Bloody up your hand. So yeah, looks like IWM, you know, bias for the day. IWM probably more downside. That target after breaking the lows. If we get the close down here today, probably headed to that 1670 area. Yeah, ouch. I mean, the banks kind of blow. I mean, a lot of more regional banks kind of blowing out there. So it's like big ouch there. This one, big ouch there. I mean, percent-wise, 41%. That one right there, 36%. That's rough. More banking problems. I mean, they did a rate raise. I mean, it's stupid. You keep exasperating the problem by raising the rates. So we're going to raise the rates more. What do you think it's going to do? Just exasperates the problem more. I mean, this is just idiocracy. It really is. Just, oh, what we do doesn't affect banks. Sure, okay, whatever. Anyway, so S&P 500 bias. Looking for that reversal, but very, very, very possible we reach down and touch this roadmap line. Now I have to kind of expect that final reach down. I mean, I drew it all the way back here in April. I mean, about mid-April, that we could likely see that and kind of get this pop. And then, how do we do it? We could hold the blue. There was lots of resistance getting up through it, and now there's lots of support, it appears. We could just hold that. Yeah, look at this, another one. XPO, right up to the target. Beautiful. Watch for resistance at 49. So, yeah, we got to quit spending money, but good luck with that. You got 300 million people that are addicted to spending money. And a house and a Senate full of people that love to spend money. I don't think we're going to quit spending money. We're addicted to it. So, all right. There's the outlook for S&P. Just very cautious. Looking for a reversal. It may push lower down to that 40-30 area before we can get that. But watching, like this can explode higher out of here. It doesn't have to just all come apart and fall down. This is still a very bullish setup until we start breaking down below this chunk. So we've got a long way to go before it gets nasty. Even though it feels horrible, feels bad, feels, oh my gosh, what kind of pullback. Remember, when we flip back to the 3-day chart, right over here that we started out with, we're just consolidating where we've been consolidating for about a month. And breaking out can take us right up to highs. All right. No damage done yet. We're still consolidating. If we found resistance at the prior high, doing the retrace may get a little deeper. Entirely possible. We could, retest that roadmap line. That would be beautiful. And then bounce. That's all bullish and beautiful. I know there's a lot of junk drawn on this chart at this point, but it takes a lot of junk to be able to predict it all. So looking for this to hold right in this area. Holding up here, that's okay. It's actually more bullish if we get this deeper retrace and clear this out a little more, and then we can really launch off. So, all right. Thanks for coming, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to catch up with me tomorrow when I do this again about 9:10 before the market opens. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell with the notifications. If you want to come talk with us in Discord, get the updates all day long. Links in the description. And I'll see you again tomorrow.